With 3 weeks left in the NFL season, week 15, arguably the best so far. A lot of questions to be asked. Is your team atop their division? Is your team atop the conference? Is your team at the bottom of the division? Bottom of the conference? No matter what team you root for, one thing is in common. The juice has you covered, and it's about to start now. Good evening, NFL fans. 9 days before Christmas, we're here with you Tuesday night, The Juice, live, bringing it to you. We're going to talk about a lot of things in the NFL. Week 15, like you just said, most exciting week of the year so far, in my opinion, no matter if you were at the top of the division, like some of my co-hosts that are going to be on the show, and myself, who's a Giants fan, and bottom. Still things to be excited about. We're going to get it covered right now. I got backstage with me. I don't know if he can hear me. Keith's helping me out backstage right now. He's going to be popping on in a little bit. But Keith, are you there on the audio right now to say hello to everybody? Keith is not there right now. So we'll get Keith in a couple seconds. But we're going to get started. Again, Christmas, 9 days away. Time to do the Christmas shopping. It's getting close. Take a night off from the Christmas shopping. You're here with me. Keith's going to be on with me in a little bit. As always, I'm going to toast everybody with a little cheers. We got a little adult beverage tonight. We're going a little Jack Daniels with a little Coke. So a little JD and Coke. We're going to juice it up, everybody. So let's have a good show. First thing we're going to do tonight, games of the week. And usually I have, Trevor on side with me. Trevor's got the night off. We picked 4 games. Trevor helped me with the agenda. We picked 4 games of the week. First one, AFC East matchup, a huge one, not only for seeding, but for the AFC East division, and that was the Patriots and the Bills. Bills down 21 points in the second half, come back in this one and beat the Patriots by a score of 35-31. Josh Allen, 3 touchdowns, 19 for 28, 193 yards. James Cook, 22 carries, 107 yards. Dawson Knox led the way, of all people, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. And on the Patriots side, Drake May struggled a little bit in this one, so the MVP voting may have dropped a little. 14 for 23, 155 yards in the air, 1 interception. He had 43 yards on the ground, though, with 2 TDs. Trevion Henderson, star rookie, arguably could be in the hunt for Rookie of the Year, outside chance. 14 rushes, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns in this one. And the Bills pull away late, 35-31, take the game and fall. Patriots fall in this one, and the Bills climb a little closer, only 1 game back. Now the Patriots drop to the 2 seed, and Broncos will have the 1 seed. Couple hellos. We got Adam and Kayla saying, good evening, family. Let's go. Yummy, my favorite. JD and Coke. And Michael Ronquillo, everybody's friend, Michael Ronquillo. I got to give him the claps and orange, white, and blue hearts. I love it, Michael. He's saying, good evening, Kenny on the juice, and he's sending 100 stars. Appreciate the support, Michael. I should have Keith with me in a little bit. As soon as he's setting up backstage for me, he was Trevor couldn't make it tonight. Had something come up, so Keith was helping me out backstage, getting things set up. So he should be with me shortly. Michael saying Matthew Stafford is the favorite for the MVP award in the NFL. Michael, I'm going to throw a name out that maybe I'll ask Keith this when he comes on and we talk Broncos. Bo Nix might be in the running now. 12-2. We saw what he did last week. I think these 3 weeks are going to make and break some players. So the Rams got a tough one Thursday night against the Seahawks. Stafford is the favorite right now, but watch out for Mr. Bo Nix. And Karen's saying hello. Hey, Kenny, happy Tuesday. Been watching lots of stuff about the game. Other sports news a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Let's take time out and you know what? I'm going to do this. I didn't plan on doing this, but Karen brings up a good point. But lots of news. College football playoffs are starting now. But I want to send my condolences and a little moment of silence for the victims at Brown University and all the students and family over there. They had a shooting up in Rhode Island a couple days ago. And let's just take a moment of silence and, tough time, for those families. So let's just take a moment of silence, and our thoughts and prayers are with them. Thank you, everybody. Adam and Kayla like the new running back the Broncos signed. Is that we'll ask Keith when he comes on for sure. And Michael saying Bo Nix is tied for 4th place in the MVP award voting. Question I had for everybody in this game is I'm going to throw a Buffalo Bills question out there, and I'll answer it, and everybody else who wants to play along and answer. Could the Bills win the AFC East? They're technically 1 game behind the Patriots. The Bills have a game at Cleveland. I think they're going to win that one. Home against the Eagles. The Eagles haven't been, they played the Raiders this week, but the Eagles have been not the Eagles of last year. And they finish at home against the Jets. I think there's a very good chance the Bills could win their final 3 games. Patriots are at the Ravens, and I think the Ravens are going to beat the Patriots. Then they got the Jets and the Dolphins. That's the question. And where do the tiebreakers fall in? We'll find out. But could the Bills win the AFC East? I'm going to say yes. I think the Patriots' momentum got taken away from that bye game, that bye week, and this way of losing against Buffalo might take a lot out of them. And there's our good friend Phil McLaughlin saying, "Good evening, Kenny and Keith on the way. Bo wins playoff games and Super Bowl. Bo wins MVP. Bills win the East." And Phil's also sending 100 stars. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate the support you always give all our shows, and definitely enjoy your questions you give us in comments as well. Cody Schrader, that's the name. Okay, thank you. Off the Rams waiver list. Yeah, we're going to see. I know they got Deuce Vaughn too. That's a name to watch out if RJ Harvey doesn't play. If RJ Harvey's out, in my opinion, Deuce Vaughn is a tiny running back, more like RJ Harvey. Again, we'll save these, quick hitters for Keith when he comes on, and we'll go from there. Michael's also saying the Bills have a chance to win the AFC East. I think they have a good chance, and if they do, they're the one team that could be dangerous. They're the one team that can we're going to have to watch out for in the AFC, because you have the Chiefs out, Bengals out, all the top teams out, so the top quarterbacks, the 2 of the top quarterbacks are out. Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he might be out. Josh Allen gets in. That could be dangerous for the AFC. Josh Allen gets the home field advantage, I should say. That could be a little dangerous. Damian Wilson, Sincere McCormick, I believe he got released, if I'm not mistaken. Michael will probably be able to help me on that. I believe he got released today, Dana. So I'm going to move on to our second game of the week that we had listed, and that's we're going to shift gears to the NFC. We were just talking about Matthew Stafford, and Michael said he was the favorite. Going to talk about the Rams and the Lions here. Rams win this shootout 41-34. Matthew Stafford, 29 for 38, 368 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Blake Corum and Kyron Williams both combined for 149 yards and 3 touchdowns. Puka Nacua, 9 catches for 181. The big news here for the Rams, Davante Adams left early in this game with a hamstring injury, questionable for Thursday. They're trying everything they can to get him back. On the losing side, Jared Goff, 25 for 41, 338, 3 touchdowns. Jamar Gibbs only 38 yards in this one. But Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams combined for 300 yards receiving. So Sean McVay came into this game with a plan. We need to stop the run game, and we win this game. We come down to 1 stop, and we win this game. And that's what they did. They got 1 stop, and they won by 7 points in this game. And the Lions, once again, lost a shootout. And there comes my question for everybody. If the Lions miss the playoffs, should Dan Campbell's seat be hot? A lot of mistakes, in my opinion, this year. I know it's his style of playing, going for it, going for it on 4th down, no matter where you are on the field. But it catches up to you, and you need to adjust. And I didn't see those adjustments. Maybe you change your way of playing. You punt every once in a while, and maybe you throw a fake in, or you change it up. I think he's making a lot of mistakes, Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson. I think if the Bears win the division, not sure if Dan Campbell's seat's going to be hot this year, but if they get off to a slow start next year, his seat should be hot. And I think he will be on the hot seat, and we might see a change in the near future if he doesn't get it turned around over there. Their window has come, and it may have gone because their defense is just that bad. Their offense, we know they got the offensive firepower, but I don't see it on the defensive side of the ball, and a lot of changes may need to be made over there. We'll have to ask our good friend Carson, who's a big Lions fan. Hi, Pearl. Pearl's saying hello. Sorry. Phil's saying Campbell hot next year if not winning. I agree. Yep, that's it. I think it's going to be hot, and it should start to get hot because he had his coordinators, and one's doing really good, the other one's doing We'll see next year when he gets a chance. So I got 2 more games for everybody, and then Keith's gonna join me when we're getting ready. We're going to talk some Broncos. So I'm going to do these 2 games pretty quick. 2 more games of the week. LA Chargers knock off the Kansas City Chiefs. And the 2 big stories here, I don't know which one's bigger. The Chiefs miss the playoffs, or Pat Mahomes goes down late in this game with a torn ACL. So if you ask me, it's Patrick Mahomes. The ACL injury is the bigger injury, but they're both big news. Chargers win this game 16-13. Justin Herbert with his hurt hand, give him all the credit in the world that he's playing with that hand injury. It's hard, to hold the ball. It's got like that bionic glove. 19 for 29, 210 with a touchdown. Marion Hampton and Oronde Gadsden, two rookies. Ari Hampton, 15 for 61, not electrifying numbers, but Oronde Gadsden. We like to do mock drafts, and we had our draft show. Always tune in. We, been doing that for 3 years now. The Pick is in draft show. Oronde Gadsden, his dad played for the Miami Dolphins, and a couple of us went on that show and said, watch out for this guy. And it was a name we wanted the Broncos to possibly take at tight end, and the Chargers took him, and he led the way in receiving, 4 for 61. Mahomes, before the injury, 16 for 28, an interception. Big news here. Chargers really stopped the run game. Leading rusher for the Chiefs, 11 rushes, 21 yards, Isaiah Pacheco. And Travis Kelce led the way, respectful numbers, 7 for 70 in the air. Quick question for everybody. Could it be possible the Chiefs look into, and we'll be talking about it on our draft shows and mock draft shows, could the Chiefs be looking somewhere in this draft for a quarterback? Not saying he's going to be the star quarterback tomorrow or next year or even in 2 years, but could they draft a quarterback to sit behind Pat Mahomes when Pat Mahomes is ready to come back? But They're going to need something at quarterback next year, or their season's going to be a complete wash. So what do the Chiefs do? Do they draft the quarterback? I'll throw one name out there. I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan. Carson Beck plays in a pro-style offense for the University of Miami. Think he would be pro-ready. I think you can get him in the 3rd or 4th round of this upcoming draft. That might be a name to look out for if I'm the Chiefs. So that's what I would say. Paul's saying, what's up, Paul? Chiefs need a veteran quarterback. I just don't know if there's any good ones out there that you can count on for a whole season or pretty much, a whole season, most of the season. So I don't know. I may be looking at a quarterback in this draft if I'm the Chiefs to at least, back up Mahomes for the future. At least to upgrade their current backup, whether free agency or draft, is saying Karen. And we're going to see. It's going to be an interesting story. The last game of the week, Colts versus the Seahawks. Seahawks win this game on field goals. The story here was Phillip Rivers marches the Colts down the field to get what looks like the game-winning field goal, a 60-yard field goal from the Colts. With about 30 seconds left, Seahawks get the ball, and Sam Darnold gets them into field position for a 59-yard field goal. Phillip Rivers, first game back, they did what they needed to do. 18 for 27, threw a lot of short passes, 120 yards. Jonathan Taylor, he's going to be the workhorse. 25 carries, 87 yards. And Michael Pittman, only 26 yards in the air, led the way for the Colts. Sam Darnold, 22 for 36, 271. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 113 yards. The Seahawks running backs only had 50 yards. That could be a little concerning going into the playoffs. Question I have for everybody, and then we'll get Keith in. Can we call Sam Darnold one of the best regular season quarterbacks we have seen in not only recent history, but going back in history? Regular season. When I say regular season, I throw Dan Marino in there because Dan Marino never made it to a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold, the last 31 games, is 26-5. Currently 11-3 with the Seahawks this year and 15-2 with the Vikings last year. We all know when they made it to the playoffs last year, he threw a complete clunker. And could we call him a regular season, one of the best regular season quarterbacks, or is it still too early? I'm going to say it's a little too early yet. I need to see it Thursday night, big game. I need to see it the rest of the year. And then I need to, then maybe I'll I'll call him one of the best. He's got 3 more games, but I'm going to watch them closely and see what that is. So I'm going to say, I'm going to hold off on that. That'll be one to watch. Michael's saying, yes, the Chiefs need a quarterback to sit behind Patrick Mahomes. So there's our games of the week. We're going to move on. I'm going to bring in my good friend, or everybody knows, Mr. Keith Brugman is backstage. I think he's ready to join us. We're going to talk a little Broncos to start off. Keith, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Kenny. Doing fantastic. I was sitting around the house enjoying a little bit of holiday time. Kenny comes in and says, man, you want to get juiced up for the juice? Come in, not just be a juicer in the comments, but come on and talk on the show. And I said, man, why not? Why not? Let's do it, buddy. Let's get this taken care of, man. And glad to be here, my friend.
I saved this question for when you came on, because like when we always do our shows, we like to throw a little fun little, intro to the intro. So now that you're on, I want to, and everybody's here, everybody's hanging out with us. I know the answer. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, Keith, because of where you are. You're in Montana. Mm-hmm. Real or artificial tree for Christmas?
Oh, yeah. It is a great debate, though, at the same time, because, you have family, you have kids. Sometimes the tree's not the best. You have pets, but you got to go. You got to go with the real tree, man. Get that. I just love the smell of the tree. I feel bad for its death, but at the same time, I love the smell of the tree in my house. So go real tree. How about you? How about you, my friend?
We always did the artificial. but I lived in a third floor apartment without an elevator. So I think that was probably the big reason my dad, or at least when I was younger, didn't want to do the real tree, carrying that tree up 3 flights of stairs and then having to carry it down at the end of Christmas. So we did the artificial and I loved it. It had the little painted color tips at the end so you knew where to put it, yellow, white, and blue. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And then my favorite ornament was old school Snoopy. He was called Joe Cool. He had the glasses. It was a ceramic ornament that we put on the tree every year, and that was my favorite one, to put it right in the middle of the tree.
I love it, buddy. Probably worth thousands now if you could find your Joe Cool Snoopy ornament.
Yep. So all right, Keith. So I got my games of the week in. We did our games of the week, and but inarguably, I think the game of the week, maybe one of the games of the year, was your team versus the Green Bay Packers. And want to give everybody who didn't see it, I know a lot of people have seen it and talked about it already. We got a lot of Bronco fans here. A short, tiny recap of the game, and then a couple quick hitters I'll give you.
Oh, boy. I mean, what a game, right? We talked about this game pre-game, me and you. We talked about some predictions, which Kenny Kirkpatrick, if you haven't went out there and searched the social media, predicted a Riley Moss fourth quarter interception and got it right. Good job to you, my friend.
Knocked my headphones off on that one.
Pats himself.
Okay. I knocked the headphones off. I got excited.
Pats himself on the back so hard he knocks his headphones off.
I intercepted myself there.
There you go. No, what a complete game. This defense didn't come out the strongest, but they finished well. Bo Nix looked absolutely fantastic in this game. I mean, goes out there 23 for 34, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks. I mean, just a beautiful game against an NFC opponent that in their own right is trying to get into the playoffs and into that Super Bowl. I just don't know what else to say. It was a fantastic game to watch because Bo Nix was dealing. It didn't matter if it was little Jordan Humphreys. It didn't matter if it was Michael Bandy. It didn't matter if it was Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin. He seemed to be just on fire. And even Jordan Love gave him his props post-game as well. The guy's just on fire right now and carrying this team through this to this victory for the Denver Broncos. Fantastic game. If you missed it, you need to go watch it.
And Keith, while I give you the quick hitters, I believe we got a Broncos graphic. Let's have everybody see that Broncos graphic. I'll give you the quick hitters. There you go. We always talk about the Broncos every week to kick off the show, so we had to get a Broncos graphic in there. A couple quick hitters I got from the audience. We were talking about MVP, and Michael alluded Matthew Stafford, the favorite right now, but Bo Nix, he said, is the fourth, is as high as fourth now in the MVP voting. Do you give him a fighter's chance at getting the MVP this year? If the Broncos win out, why not?
I mean, that's exactly where I was going to get to, Kenny. I mean, if they can continue to pile up wins and Bo Nix looks like he did in this last game, and you finish the season with only 2 losses, the regular season, I mean, but they talk about it every post game. You see it in the locker room that continue to hate. Don't consider him from MVP. But I think I just don't understand now where the NFL's at. We're tied for the best record in the NFL, and we're like begging to get coverage at this point. I don't know if he'll get the consideration, but he deserves it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's a watered down, in my opinion. If I'm going to say most valuable players, watered down a little bit because stats are going to elevate people to a higher number. People aren't watching every Bronco game like you are, Keith, and a lot of our audiences. And didn't see what Bo Nix did in that Broncos-Giants comeback in the fourth quarter. They just saw he only had 200-yard passing and yada, yada, yada. It's the numbers game, and Stafford's putting up Matthew Stafford is the favorite, and he's putting up 300 yards a game. They're going to put him as the top vote getter, unfortunately, in my opinion. But if the Broncos win out, I think there's a good chance he can climb up, and he'll be third and second and maybe first, depending on what happens these last 3 weeks of the season with some other teams. So we'll see. There's a chance. And if I was a betting man, the famous saying is pizza money. Well, I would put pizza topping money on it. So even less than pizza money that he would get MVP. But when you look at it, he is definitely one of my top MVPs in the league this year. Of course, of all his fourth quarter comebacks, not making mistakes in the fourth quarter when it counts most, and just winning games. 11-game winning streak. I mean, let's look at that. That doesn't happen often. So let's give him credit where credit's due. He's definitely in the hunt for MVP. We'll say that much.
Mm-hmm. But then you look at, I just got to say this really quick. You look at Drake May right now, he's maybe considered number 2 in the MVP race. Why Drake May, not Bo Nix? Drake May couldn't win against the Buffalo Bills. Bo Nix closes out the Packers. What are we talking about? I mean, why is there no consideration? But Drake May is the golden child.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it. Continue to hate.
Drake, exactly. And Drake May fell down a little bit this week. Didn't have too good of a game. So continue to hate. Bulletin board material. I truly believe in it. We for those who played high school football, you get a lot of bulletin board material up until the pros. I put stuff on the bulletin board and it fires me up. So keep it coming. Keep it coming. If you're a Bronco fan, keep it coming. The bulletin board material, like Michael's saying about Colin Cowherd. One day he's on Bo Nix, one day off. I just don't get his analysis, and that's a lot of people, Michael. So you know what? Fly under the radar. Let the bandwagon fans come in later. That's how I look at it. Adam and Kayla saying, keep an eye on Justin Simmons. We may sign him for backup purposes with Brandon Jones's injury. It's an interesting name. That's something that you may hit up on Denver Bronco Roundup. Yeah, that would be a good one. Keith's got a question. He wants to know our input on the refs all the way around the NFL. Have you seen the early whistle and the missed Troy Franklin touchdown?
Yeah, Troy Franklin whistled down when he wasn't down, kept his balance, could have been a touchdown. Luckily, I think we end up getting a touchdown on that drive regardless. But, I know that Jody has been going off, if you watch the Denver Bronco Roundup, especially on Wednesdays, about the refs. But I'm equally upset. I've been upset for years. I don't understand why a league that makes so much money doesn't have a full-time referee system where they're trained and this is their only job. And I know these guys might be smart guys and lawyers and doctors and whatever else in their off time, but a man dedicated to his knack, his purpose is completely different than a guy who splits his time. We only have so much cognitive capacity. Give this sport the best opportunity, get the best refs on the field. That's what I got to say.
I agree. And, I'll just add, maybe they can enhance it a little bit. They use these drones for camera footages. Well, maybe you can use that, on certain plays that you can't see. Like they claim they can't see the offsides on the tush push with the Eagles. That's what they were claiming. They can't see it. And we saw a lot of false starts and early starts from the Eagles on that play. And that's just another example, So it does need to get improved. And, I hope it does. And they have replay assist. I know once the whistle's blown, you can't do anything about that. But replay assist, if there's a pass interference call, aka Riley Moss, that wasn't pass interference, replay assist, pages down, wasn't pass interference. That's what it should be. There should be referees in the booth upstairs just beeping down if it's a bad call and not a whistle blown dead call. So you can definitely fix it, and hopefully they will in the near future, as early as next year. Good question, Keith. So Anything else on the Broncos, Keith? I was thinking, which we trying to think. Oh, running back you signed. Do you like if RJ Harvey isn't a go? Is the new running back the third? I'll give this quick hitter. Is the new running back, and correct me, I forgot his name already. It was said in the chat. Or Deuce Vaughn, who I realized is on the practice squad.
Yeah.
I said, I know I read a lot of things. They said that Cam Schrader would be the guy that they picked off the Rams practice squad. But I'm going with Deuce Vaughn because when I look at Deuce Vaughn, I see a poor man's RJ Harvey. I see a smaller type of running back, and you could call the similar plays with him probably as you would call for RJ Harvey.
I would normally, I love the idea of Deuce Vaughn, kind of a younger talent, looking to get his opportunity in the league. But I also see the Cam Schrader as an opportunity as well. A couple years in the league now, kind of bounced around on a couple of practice squads, but I think that's almost good reps and opportunities here in the NFL, and not going with somebody as so young. Also, remember that Cam Schrader came in 8th in the Heisman race in 2013 or 2023. 13 would be a long time ago. 2023.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is a guy that put up over 1,600 yards at Mizzou, holds records there as well. I might go lean a little bit more towards Cam over Deuce Vaughn, but I expect probably a lot of Jaleel McLaughlin and Tyler Bidet. So,
yeah.
But yeah, one of those guys will probably get elevated. If I had to put my money on it, I'd probably say Cam, even though we didn't go that way with our wide receiver that we just signed in Elijah Moore. He didn't get the elevation. Michael Bandy did and got the touchdown.
Yeah. Hats off to Michael Bandy. That was great to see. All right, I'm going to move on to the Giants real quick, Keith. I'm not going to take much time on the Giants. Broncos can clinch the AFC West with a win against the Jaguars and loss from the Chargers. Clinch the 1 seed with a loss from the Chargers, Patriots, and the Bills in Week 16. I think you'll get definitely will get calling the Ravens upset. If you want to call it an upset, Ravens are home. I'm calling that one. Bills, I think, will beat the Browns. Chargers, I think, will possibly get the win too. They're playing well. So I think you get 1 out of the 3. I think I would go for the 2 more of the 3 going into Week 17. I'm going to hit the Giants real quick, Keith, and do this quick. There's the nice graphic, the red background. Giants fall to 2-13 by a score of 29-21. Jackson Dart was doing Jackson Dart things, 24 for 36. I think he had 236 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson, almost 100 yards. He's got almost 900 on the year. Theo Johnson added 70 yards. Story here, Abdul Carter had his coming out party finally, and he didn't have any disciplinary action taken against him. He was focused at practice this week. A sack, 3 tackles for a loss, and a forced fumble. So there's the Abdul Carter I've been waiting for. A little too late this season, but something to look forward to next season. Giants had every opportunity to win this game. And on my Giants podcast, my thing is I always say, and I'm sorry, Michael, that question did come with 100 stars. I do apologize. Thank you, Michael, for the support. As always, Michael Ronquillo, everybody's friend Michael Ronquillo, supporting all the shows and supporting the juice tonight. Appreciate you, Michael. And so real quick on the Giants, I was saying with the Abdul Carter coming out party, the Giants had every chance to win this game. They missed 2 50-plus yard field goals, and they allowed a special teams touchdown. 6 points there, and you take the 7 points from the Commanders. You do the math. The Giants found another way to lose. And now with 3 games left, they're holding the number 1 pick, that valuable number 1 pick. Mm-hmm. I'll ask the question to the audience, and Keith, and I'll answer as a Giants fan. Should the Giants continue to play Jackson Dart? I will say, before you answer, Giants have the ball at the 1-yard line. In the 1st and goal, they run a design run for Jackson Dart. He gets tackled. His head goes a little bit like this, and right away they said, nope, you got to go into the tent. Once again, he comes out of the tent, no injury, but still went in the tent. Designed run on first down. Terrible call. What should the Giants do with Jackson Dart these remaining 3 games? Should they play him? Play him all 3? Play him 1 or 2 out of the 3? Completely sit him?
I mean, you're healthy, you play. He even said that, when he got bounced out of bounds 2 weeks ago, he's like, I'm a football player. I'm going to run. That's who I am. That's how I'm going to play. I mean, save him for next year. Save him for the year after that. Save him for this game. Save him for that game. Unless you get a coach or you think you can get a coach that can get him to absolutely stop hurting himself. I understand that this play was called from the sideline, but Jackson Dart would have done it himself anyway, in my opinion. I think you play him. Get as much experience under the belt for him. He's already missed some time. You want to hit the ground running next year, I'd say you continue to play him. And I know that's not where you're at, Kenny, so it's nice to have a little debate.
Yeah, I actually changed my mind a little bit, and I told my co-host on Giants podcast, Paul, I said I changed my mind slightly because I'm watching this kid get hurt every week, at least go in the tent, and it's because of our stupid play calls that we're calling for this kid. But now I'm saying to myself, right now we hold the number 1 pick. I don't believe in tanking. We found every way to lose this year without tanking. What's going to happen if we tank? It'll be reverse psychology. We'll find a way to win on a Joe Pisarcik style fumble, back in the 70s, Herm Edwards. But I would like to see him play this week. I would like to see him play in Las Vegas. Week 18 comes around. Not only Jackson Dart, but my other stars, Andrew Thomas on the offensive line. He's had some injuries history. Brian Burns, top defensive player. Maybe Dexter Lawrence. Anybody who's banged up that's coming back next year as a starter, I'm sitting in week 18. So for that reason, Jackson Dart sits week 18. Play Russell Wilson week 18. Who cares? Jackson Dart gets 2 more games. Let's play Jackson Dart, and then against the Cowboys, let's sit all our valuable starters that are coming back next year, because let's face it, we're picking in the top 5. Right now we're picking number 1. We got a lot of climbing to do. You lose Andrew Thomas, you lose Brian Burns, you lose Jackson Dart in week 18. Look at the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes ain't coming back next year. I don't want that with any of my big starters. So week 18, you were with us the whole practice squad. Hey, we'll bring you up. You get to play week 18, show your stuff. We'll give you a chance to show your stuff if you're going to be a Giant, or give you a chance to sign with another team in the offseason. That's what I do, and play the backups and give them a chance in week 18. But that's the way I would go with the Giants. But we got the Vikings this week. I'm expecting another unfortunate loss. I just don't think our coaching staff is that good. And with an experienced coaching staff next year, I think the Giants can have a nice turnaround. So we'll see with 3 weeks left. A couple comments. We'll start with Phil. Dart just needs to learn to get down. He needs to keep playing and learning. Adam and Caleb, I think the Rams defensive coach or the Fighting Irish head coach will be the Giants' next guy. I don't know, boy. I don't want the Notre Dame Fighting Irish guy. I don't like that college to NFL route without any NFL experience. That's just me. I know people have difference of opinion there. And Michael's saying Arch Manning going back to college football with the Longhorns and not entering the 26th NFL draft. Well, we don't have to worry about the Giants, maybe all the Arch Manning talks this year then with that. So that's good. I want Jackson Dart. I think he can be the franchise quarterback. He just needs to, get some confidence and, learn to slide a little bit, because I don't want you to, go down in week 3 and be out for 8 weeks, next year, et cetera, et cetera. But That was it on the Giants, Keith. You want to hit smoked or you want to do a blind ranking?
I want to hit a blind ranking because I got one for you, Kenny.
I'm going.
I'm switching it up. I'm not giving you even the opportunity. How you like that?
Do you want to go first on your blind ranking? You want me
I would love to go first on your blind. On my blind ranking for you.
Got it.
I'm going non-football related. I don't know what you do in your off time, Kenny.
Okay.
What you like to enjoy.
Okay.
But for me, a little bit of tunes, a little bit of music. That's what I love. I love my music.
Sure.
You know, got my vinyl records, got my cassettes, got my CDs, you name it. I love my music, man, and I go multi-generations. So for you, top 5 best-selling artists of all time. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick you off, buddy.
I like this.
I know this is a good one. I figured this would be fun. How about where would you put the king of rock and roll, Mr. Elvis Presley himself?
Well, I'm looking at it. He's been around longer than, I don't know who else is on this list. It could be people that have been in the 50s, the 60s. I'm going to go a little lower on this list. I'm going to go 4 because I think Keith's going to throw some more names at me that I think, as time grew along, I think is going to be a little higher on this list. So let's go 4 for the king.
All right. 4 for the king. All right. Next on this list, then, I'm going to go. How about Queen? Queen is on this list. Another one bites the dust. We are the champions. We hear that every single year as an NFL fan.
Another one bites the dust. Bohemian Rhapsody, which was in Wayne's World. They just came out with the Queen movie. I think this one's going to be high on the list. I'm going number 2 on this one, Keith.
Ooh, number 2 for Queen. Number 2 for Queen. Now, the one thing I would say, Kenny, and I don't know how much this plays into this ranking, but, this is based on dollars, too, and dollars change over time.
Okay.
Like you said, from decade to decade, you don't know where this list is going to land. So I'm going to come in with one that I think I could imagine you just maybe dancing around your living room as a kid. Michael Jackson is on this list. Little Thriller,
Thriller, Billie Jean.
Yeah.
A funny story about Michael Jackson, real quick. In high school, my senior year, 1993, due to math, my friends and I, we won best group. We had a Halloween dress up, senior Halloween dress up, and you win tickets to your senior dance, free tickets, all expenses paid. We were the Jackson 5. I wasn't Michael. I was Randy. Randy, but I wasn't. But I wasn't
the least known of the Jacksons.
Yeah, I was the least known. But Michael's got to be up there. I didn't use number 1 yet. I got 3, and I'm not going to use 5. I'm going to put Michael at 3 because I'm going to guess you didn't give me number 1 yet.
Oh, okay.
So I got 1 and 5 left.
You got 1 and 5 left, and I'll be honest, you're not looking too bad, man. And that puts me in a weird position now too, because I know exactly where you'll put these two. So I'll try to make it as difficult as possible. Elton John, the Rocket Man himself. Speaking of movies that just came out, in the Queen movie, and we had the Rocket Man movie. Rocket Man makes this list. Elton John, man. Elton John with all his rhinestones and his big old glasses.
I'm going to go I might get this wrong, Keith. I'm going to go number 5 because I'm pretty sure, I think I might have an idea who could be number 1.
And I think you're going to nail it. Did you want to guess the number 1 then?
I got 2 guesses.
Okay.
Billy Joel.
Okay.
Or Bruce Springsteen.
Oh. Ant.
Wow.
Neither one of those make the list.
I'm missing somebody at the top, right? The Beatles.
The Beatles. The Beatles. The Beatles become your number one, which is perfect because that's exactly where they rank, Kenny. You nailed it. If I was going to give you probably a solid B, a
Nice.
solid B. All right. So Beatles are number one. You had them number one, starting off beautifully. Michael Jackson is number two. You had him at number three.
I
Looking
used number
pretty
2
good
early.
there.
That's why, yeah.
Elvis, you had is the number three. You had him at number four. Still not too far off. Elton John, number four. You had him at number five. Looking really good. It's Queen that hurt you. Queen is number two. I'm sorry, you had him at number two. They're number five overall. So that was the big swing there, right there. But maybe a B plus because you were so close and you nailed number one, man, in a blind ranking. That's tough to do. I'll give you a B plus on this one.
Nice. Appreciate it. I'll do mine real quick with you in the audience.
All right, man. Blind ranking, and then we'll get to our smoked. This will be good, my friend.
We'll wrap it up. Yeah. Funniest Christmas movies of all time.
Oh boy,
I think everybody has seen the 5 that are on this list. If not, you probably got the one that's not on this list at number 5. But we'll start with a classic. 1983, A Christmas Story.
Well, if you're talking on the funny scale, I mean, it's pretty funny, but it's like it's limited in humor though too. So, Christmas Story, I'll put it right in the middle. I'm going to put it number 3.
Okay. 1989, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's what I'm talking about, my friend. Probably one I'm just doing this off of my own feelings. So I'm going to put this at number 2. I have one that I have in front of Christmas Vacation, but man, the amount of times that's quoted around the family holiday time, I don't know. Numerous.
Another good one, 1990's Home Alone.
Little Macaulay Culkin coming onto our screens. Man, Joe Pesci, love him in that one in this movie. A great movie and a great premise that just can't play out today anymore. But Home Alone, if I had to put it on this list, I'm going to go ahead and number 4, and I got 5 and 1 open. Man, I'm leaving myself wide open.
Yep. And Michael just asked, he must have been typing as I was saying Home Alone. Home Alone is on the list, Michael. There it is. 2 more, Keith. Which way do I want to go on this? Because you're doing pretty good on this list as well. I must say, I gotta hand it to you. I'm gonna give you Elf, 2003's Elf. Will Ferrell.
That's my number 1, man. I just Elf is my favorite. I mean, not a better classic Christmas movie for me. I'll watch it every single year, every time it comes on.
And that leaves your number 5 on the list, which is 2003's. Again, two Christmas movies in 2003 make this list. Bad Santa.
Oh, very good. Funny enough, one that I haven't seen on this list, Kenny. So I guess I have not seen Bad Santa. It's a
little adult version of a Christmas movie. It's pretty good, I must say. It's good. It's good.
Maybe that was the timing. The kids were probably in the house when Bad Santa came out, and it's like, how do I work this? So I need to get caught up and watch Bad Santa. How'd I do, Kenny?
Get an A- because you nailed number 1 and number 2. Elf was number 1, followed by Christmas Vacation, which is my favorite. So I got Christmas Vacation, then Elf. Christmas Story was Bad Santa was number 3. So I say you got to watch Bad Santa. And then Christmas Story and Home Alone were right there, 4 and 5, and you had them 3 and 4. So go watch Bad Santa with your wife. You guys will have a good night. Maybe even your family over. It's a good Christmas movie. See if it's on the Roku, Netflix, and I know you'll get some good laughs. It's a good one. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I say yes.
I think you need to put it in there just to mix it up just a little bit. Though Bruce Willis adamantly denied it on stage.
Yeah.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Yep.
That was awesome, Kenny. I love
Well,
my
you
Christmas
got it. You
movies.
nailed it too. That was fun. The blind rankings. We could just do a show on blind rankings. When, maybe
Yeah,
that could be
that'd
a
be a fun
podcast. Yeah, just an hour of blind rankings.
one. Hopefully, we keep the viewers.
Yeah. Yeah. So real quick, I'm looking at the time, Keith. We could do smoked real quick, and then maybe I'll rapid fire the division races with you to wrap it up in an hour.
Sounds great, my friend.
First on the list of smokes was the other New York team, the Jets, and they sure did get smoked by the Jaguars, which a lot of Bronco fans are in here. This Jaguar team is hot, but someone forgot to put the fuel in the Jets as they were running on empty and playing with crude oil instead of diesel jet fuel, because Trevor Lawrence, 20 for 32, 5 touchdowns in this one. Travis Etienne adds 3 touchdowns receiving. Serious predators, the Jaguars, in this one, and they stay atop the AFC South, and they're looking to stay there. And they're bringing a fiery predator-type defense along with the offense, too. So I expect another game of the week coming up with the Broncos and Jaguars this week. And the Jets, they have a couple draft picks coming up, and news over there was the New York radio talking today that they're looking at defensive coordinator, maybe bringing Jim Leonard in, who played for the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
And has ties with Darren Moogie. So they're talking about that on New York radio today. Be a good fit, but I think he stays with the Broncos. But Jets got smoked in this one, Keith. You want to add anything to this one?
Just a team that's obviously got decimated with some injuries early, and then all the debacles that have went on with them. It's a long season. It's one of those seasons where you're probably looking at the end and trying to figure out what you keep and maintain and what you just need to move on from and start fresh. Jets just continue to have their woes. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than the Jets are playing Jets football.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next smoked one, and that's the Bengals getting smoked by the Ravens. Joe Burrow alluding he's not happy playing football, and it looks like he wants out of Cincinnati. And this led right into the game on Sunday as the Ravens go to Cincinnati and pitch a shutout. Ravens look more like vultures in this one, and the Bengals were given some catnip as they fell asleep in this one. Ravens improved to 7-7. The Bengals dropped to 4-10, and will not be getting any raw meat after this one at the zoo. So Lamar Jackson only 8 for 12, but efficient, 150, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry 11 for 100 yards, 11 carries for 100 yards. So it wasn't much of numbers there, but it shows you just got to make some plays, and it shows on the board. Joe Burrow was 25 39, 225, and out of those 225, Jamar Chase had 132 yards there. Yeah. Ravens moved to 7-7, hosting the Patriots in a big game for the Ravens as they're on the outside looking in, and the Bengals are going to be looking towards the draft because they didn't show up in this one at all, Keith.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, probably one of the better talents we've seen come into the league as far as quarterback is concerned. He's been plagued by injuries. Now he seems to be plagued by his own team and maybe his desire to play football. It's tough. These guys have been playing for a long time. You land on a team like this. Hopefully we'll get to see more of Joe Burrow and the best of Joe Burrow to come, but this season is all but smoked for the Bengals.
Yeah. One more, Keith. One more for the smoked portion of our show, and that was the Panthers getting smoked by the Saints in the fourth quarter of this game. The Panthers fighting for the AFC South, blow it and lose by a score of 20-17 and drop to 7-7. The Saints were very unholy in this one, and as they hosted the Panthers and gave the Panthers in a game the Panthers had control until the fourth quarter. Bryce Young, 15 for 24, 163 with a touchdown. Rico Dowdle added a touchdown. But those unholy Saints, led by Tyler Shuck, and maybe he's their quarterback of the future. 24 for 32, 272 and a touchdown. And Chris Olave, 85 with a touchdown. But the big news here, Saints pull off the upset. Panthers drop to 7-7, quickly using up their 9 lives, Keith. They stay tied with the Bucs, and they got a matchup this week, which is going to be possibly they play each other 2 times in the last 3 weeks of the season. And it's going to be fun to watch that NFC South. These last 2 games, they get to host the Buccaneers. But talk about a team that's using their 9 lives like their name, the Panthers, a cat, right? They're hot one week and cold another.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on the Carolina Panthers. Like you said, up and down. Bryce Young will have a fantastic game and then follow it up with a terrible one. And then Tyler Shuck, out there wheeling and dealing, like you said, maybe the Saints' future quarterback, maybe the best-looking quarterback in the NFC South this last week, quite honestly. So, I mean, who knows? The NFC South is a little wild. It's tough to say what you're going to get with the Carolina Panthers, but I'll be honest, a little soft spot in my heart for the Saints. It was nice to see them maybe pull out a win and not have a completely dismantled season.
Yeah, it's funny. 3 of our cat teams made the smoke segment. The Panthers and Bengals both got smoked, and the Jaguars did the smoking a couple weeks in a row over there. So all the cats made the, not planned, all the cats made the smoke segment. I'm going to rapid fire this with you, Keith, to wrap up the show. NFL division, who wins? And I'm going to mark down who we got, so we'll keep track in 3 weeks. And, if you're backstage, if you're with me co-hosting, or if you got the night off, I'll read these off in 3 weeks when the season ends. End of the season, Keith. Patriots 11-3, Bills 12-4. Who wins the division?
I'm going to stick with those Patriots, man. They've been gritty all year, and Bills have been up and down. I think the Patriots continue to show out and prove out at the end.
I'm going to take a shot with the Bills. I just got a feeling that comeback could help the Patriots, could hurt them. We're going to see against the Ravens this week how they come out after that loss. Let's go to the AFC North. Let's talk about those Ravens. Pittsburgh 8-6, Baltimore 7-7.
You look at their schedules, it's just tough to go against the Pittsburgh Steelers. As much as I think that the Baltimore Ravens could be the better team in the playoffs, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers get the AFC North title.
I'm gonna go with you. Do the Ravens make the playoffs?
Yes. I'm going to say they make the playoffs.
I'm going to agree with you there, but we both got the Steelers in this one. Michael's going with the Bills with me for the AFC East. Let's talk about that AFC South. Those Jaguars going to Denver this week. And the Jaguars 10-4. Hot Texans playing defense 9-5.
Yeah, I just can't go against the Texans. I just love what they're doing, how they're playing. They remind me a lot of what the Broncos are. And I'm going to go with the Texans in this one.
I'm with you again. And I think the Jaguars get a wild card. And Michael's going Steelers. But the Jaguars, great first season with their Liam Cohen there, Duval, doing his job. I think they'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah, after the Duval start, yeah, I'm doing pretty well.
I have to ask because it's not clinched yet. For the record, Broncos or Chargers?
Broncos all the way, my friend. Yeah,
Broncos for me too. Yep. NFC, Eagles, Cowboys. We're both going to go Eagles, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, as exciting as the Cowboys are, I think the Eagles find a way still, and the Cowboys obviously had their recent stumble as well.
This is going to be a good one. The Bears at 10-4. Packers 9-4. They flip-flopped. Last week, the Bears were the 7 seed. With the Packers loss, thanks to the Broncos, Packers dropped to the 7 seed now. So that's just flip-flop back and forth. Packers right now hold the tiebreaker, but it's 10-4. There's going to be no tiebreaker because of the tie unless the Bears tie. But Bears are holding that right now.
Yeah, it's tough. It's weird to say, but I think the Bears are going to pull this out, man. I think that tie is going to come and hurt the Packers in the end. It's it's why you don't want those ties. Bears end up winning this division, man.
And big loss, Micah Parsons, torn ACL.
Oh,
So
yeah, of
I'm
course,
going to
yes.
agree with you again. We got Michael saying Steelers, Texans, Broncos, and Eagles right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good one. We just talked about it. They're facing each other this week. The Buccaneers, Panthers, and guess what? I'm going to throw in the Atlanta Falcons at 5-9 because they're not officially out. And these two teams keep falling. You never know.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, I don't know what's going on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. These guys should be running away with this, and they're not. They're falling apart at the wrong time, and that's going to give the Panthers the opportunity. I'm going Panthers here. The up and down Carolina Panthers do just enough to get over the top of a Buccaneers team that seems to be falling apart at the end.
I'll give Phil's out. Bills, Ravens, Texans, Broncos, Eagles, Packers. Michael's saying the Packers. He doesn't trust the Bears. I'm with Phil and Michael. Keith, I'll be different with you. I'm going to go Buccaneers on this one. I think they'll find a way and get it done. So we're going to be a little different there. Last one, it's a good one. It's a really good one. Save the best for last, in my opinion. The LA Rams, 11-3. MVP frontrunner Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold, arguably maybe the best regular season quarterback we've seen, 11-3. Don't leave Kyle Shanahan out, 10-4 on the outside looking in. A lot of key matchups coming up. Rams, Seahawks this week. There's some matchups coming up, division matchups here. So,
yeah, I mean, can you imagine that 10-4 outside looking in your division? What a rough place to be. Phil likes the Rams. Michael likes the Rams. I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to go the Seahawks, man. I think, you have Devontae Adams that's currently down with the hamstring. I just like what the way the Seahawks have kind of put this together, and they're kind of like almost like the Broncos. Not talked about, not given the respect. The Rams are the number 1 seed. No one's really talking a whole lot other than Sam Darnold, little Jackson Smith and Jigba. But outside of that, you're not getting a whole lot of respect. I think they take that disrespect all the way to the championship for the division.
I hate to agree on a lot of these with you, Keith, but I'm going to agree with you with the Seahawks. I think they take this game Thursday night and they don't look back. Like you just said, Adams, if he plays or doesn't play, that hamstring injury could slow him down big time if he plays. And Jackson Smith and Jigba's quest for 2,000, it's real. It's close. He's close, and I need him this week, by the way, in fantasy football because the playoffs started, and he's been
140 for Jackson Smith and a couple TDs. All right,
so we're looking forward to that to get a head start on the week in fantasy football. But no, I'm with you. Sam Darnold has been electric. Last year, 15-2, comes right back with an 11-3 start this year. I'm going Seahawks at home. The 12th man going to be the difference in this one. So. There's our division. I'll put this on the side, Keith, in 3 weeks when the season's over. We'll see how many we got right and how many we got wrong and how many surprises in between. Because there could be a surprise like the Falcons if the Panthers and Bucks continue to lose games. I don't know what the tiebreaker looks like, but why can't the Falcons win their last 3 games and win with an 8-9 record and sneak in?
Really quick, Kenny. Just looking over my list that we just wrote down, my hottest take when it comes to the playoffs has got to be the Carolina Panthers. Those up and down Carolina Panthers. Can they get it done in the NFC South that seems to be a little bit wide open? The Buccaneers obviously want to take that division once again. I don't know. Carolina Panthers has got to be my hot take that I just wrote down. What was yours?
Mine is going to be between the Jaguars and Texans. I think the Broncos are going to beat the Jaguars this week, and I think the Jaguars and Texans have to face each other a couple times, and I think it's going to get electric over there. Pulling for Anthony Campanelli, the defensive coordinator for the Jaguars, because we do have ties to him with his brothers in high school football in New Jersey. So pulling for him to get the defense rolling after this week, because I always, support the Broncos. So after this week, Anthony, take a day off on Sunday, and then go get the division after Sunday. So nice. Michael saying the Knicks win the NBA Cup. Let's go. Something good came out in New York today. Let's go.
There you go, my friend.
Keith, anything else? This was a fun episode. Thanks for hopping on close to last minute and joining me tonight. And great show as always. And I'll let you get some words in before I sign off and say goodbye to everybody.
No, just a few things. It's fantastic to join you on the juice, man. We'd planned to be the morning juice, and we kind of switched it up to the evenings. Thought my time was done, Kenny, but it was always great sitting in on a show with you, especially when you're the host and I get to sit back and kind of play co-host. That's always a good time. I just implore everybody to like, share, and subscribe. As Kenny always says, doesn't cost you a dime. Hit that thumbs up on your way out of the show tonight. We would really appreciate it. A subscribe, a share. We would love to have more NFL fans in here talking football with you and us. We're brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Sports Network, but I just want to say really quick, we have an amazing sponsor, and that's Morgan Trinkets. If you are ever in need of Southwest Jewelry, Southwest Pottery, Estate Gold at wholesale prices, you need to check out Morgan Trinkets. You can check them out at Morgan Trinkets Co. over on Etsy, or our good friend Pearl Heater is the one that runs that. So if you type in Pearl Heat over on eBay, you'll see everything that Pearl has to offer as well. Check out Morgan Trinkets, Southwest Jewelry, Southwest Pottery, Estate Gold at wholesale prices. And Kenny, thank you again, man. This is always great to podcast with you, man. You're one of the best in the industry and an amazing predictor as well of interceptions in the fourth quarter.
And I believe thank you. And I believe we're going to have another pregame show on Sunday. Hopefully we can get that going. I know you're going to be out of town, Keith, but I'll see if I can get that going with the other guys. Hopefully we can get something going there. And if not, I'll find a way to post something of my prediction for Sunday, because I got another. I'm thinking of another good one. I'm going to watch some tape on the Jaguars. I'm going to do my homework, and I'm going to try and go 2 for 2 on Sunday predictions for everybody. So I want to thank everybody from Michael and Phil, our star givers, and I see Martin and Pearl and Karen and other people that came in earlier, Paul and Keith, Keith Stober, Adam. If I missed anybody, it's not purposely. Jody, I saw Jody say hello in there, and some others as well. If I missed you, I apologize. It's not done purposely. I'm just scrolling really fast. The show wouldn't be what it is without you all. And I'm going to sign off like I always do. It's the night juice tonight. Little Jack and Coke, Keith. I'm going to throw a little juice it up to everybody, evening style. Have a good night, everybody. We will see everybody next week. Let's go. Juice it up.